Hey guys, ComicFan13 here. I just thought I should say this right off the bat. This is going to be a very loose adaptation of Team Sonic Racing, so don't expect 100% accuracy. I don't think anyone's going to be upset about Team Sonic Racing being inaccurate, but I thought I should say that. Now, enjoy the video. Hey guys, and welcome to a special episode of Sonic Multiverse. This is a tie-in episode to What If Tails Became Infinite, adapting the events of Team Sonic Racing. Team Sonic Racing is a game that exists. Honestly, there isn't much to talk about. The most interesting part of it is the fact that it's canon, according to Sonic Frontiers. However, it isn't made completely clear whether it takes place before or after Sonic Forces. So, for the sake of this video, we'll be compromising a bit. We'll be setting this episode sometime during the time jump from part 2 of this What If. Specifically, this takes place between when Eggman has already discovered the Phantom Ruby and has begun experimenting with it, but before Shadow takes out Jackal Squad. Now, I can't emphasize this enough, this episode is not about Tails, nor is it about his new persona, Infinite. This is focusing more on the aftermath of Lost World. So, if you're here for Tails, this probably will not be necessary viewing, but this episode does foreshadow and set up events for Sonic Forces. So, without further delay, start your engines for Team Sonic Racing in Sonic Multiverse. Ever since Sonic's adventure on the Lost Hex, a blue streak could be seen racing around the planet, looking for his little buddy. Sonic blamed himself for allowing Tails to be roboticized by the Deadly Six, and blamed himself even more for allowing his little buddy to be kidnapped by Dr. Eggman. Sonic's traditionally arrogant smile was now replaced with a stoic look, pledging to spend every waking moment searching for his fallen sidekick, the little fox he had come to love as a brother. During one of the few rest stops Sonic allowed himself to have, he found himself back in Station Square. The location brought back memories. It felt as if it had been a lifetime since Sonic and Tails had had their adventure against chaos in this city. Don't worry, Tails. Help is on the way. But before Sonic could start up again, a voice caught his attention. Sonic, wait up! A voice came from on top of a rooftop. Hovering down was Silver the Hedgehog, the psychic from the future. Silver? What's the occasion? It's been generations since I've seen you. That's the thing. After I left your birthday party, I went back to my future, but everything was different. Silver responded in a cold sweat. The sky was clouded with smog, robots patrolled the streets, and Eggman statues were everywhere. I was determined to figure out where things had gone wrong, and based on my research, it all started somewhere around now. As if on cue, the largest digital billboard nearby the pair suddenly sprung to life with Eggman's image. Hello, Sonic. I know you can see this. It's been so long since our last encounter. Sonic glared at Dr. Eggman with the rage of a savage werehog. My robots have sent me reports of you racing around this feeble planet for the last week. Well, if you have a need for speed, then I know just the guy. The camera footage suddenly swapped to a small, regal-looking Tanuki with an equally impressive mustache. Many thanks. Hello, Sonic. My name is Dudampa. Your most generous Dr. Eggman has told me of your affinity for racing. I, myself, am a car enthusiast, and I would love to see how you are behind the wheel. Hold on a moment. Behind the wheel? I thought we agreed on a foot race. I had Metal Sonic prepared and everything. Many apologies, Doctor, but I had many new automobiles ready for a test run, and I thought this would be the perfect occasion. Fine, whatever. You see, Sonic, I have a series of kart races prepared for you. And just to make sure things are a bit more interesting, we'll be playing for all the marbles. 7 bombs have been set around Station Square. Try disarming them, boom. Don't show up, boom. Try to foil my plans, boom. Heavens to Bitsy! I didn't know this was how they negotiated on your planet. Well, if that's what it takes, I suppose. Don't step on my moment, Your Highness. Well, Sonic, if you win, I will happily disable the bombs. And tell you a few tales while I'm at it. Meet me in Seaside Hill if you're interested. The footage abruptly ended. Silver looked at Sonic with panic in his eyes. Sonic, what are we gonna... But before he could finish, Sonic suddenly ran off. Right, I'll meet you at Seaside Hill. Silver, blissfully unaware of what's been going on the last few weeks, prepared to set off after Sonic. However, he was suddenly interrupted by a sudden flash of light mere feet away. Silver prepared himself for a fight. Several bolts of flames jetted out of the flashing light, sending civilians running in terror. A figure emerged from it. However, it was one Silver recognized quite well. Standing in the charred ashes was none other than Blaze the Cat, the pyrokinetic princess of the Soul Dimension. Blaze? What are you doing here? Not to say it's not good to see you, but how are you here? Huh? Silver? The Soul Emeralds, they called out to me. They brought me here. For what reason, I don't know. But it must be dire. A voice suddenly called out. Well, it better be important if it interrupted our trip. We're about to go sailing. Emerging next to Blaze was a small raccoon girl. This was Marine. And sorry, I cannot do her voice well at all. I'm trying my best, guys. Don't worry, Marine. We'll track down those pirates later. As for now, we need to figure out what's going on. Right. So, who's the leafhead? Oh, Marine, this is Silver. He's the hedgehog I met on Sweet Mountain a few years back. Ah, so he's the future bloke that you've been going on and... That's quite enough, Marine. Silver, do you know what crisis could have brought us here? I'm not sure. All I know is that sometime in the near future, Eggman wins. And it all begins at Seaside Hill. Well, we can't allow that to happen. Agreed. Whatever threat we may face, we'll face it together, as a team. I'd like a piece of that action. With the 3 heroes' goals united, the newly formed Team Soul sets off to try and help save the world. At the seaside-bound islands, Sonic ran through the checkerboard grounds, finding what appeared to be Dr. Eggman. Sonic, in an unusual fit of rage, grabbed Eggman by the collar, demanding that he disables the bombs and tells him where Tails is. But that's when the hedgehog gets a better look at the oval-shaped villain. The face looking back at Sonic clearly resembled the Doctor, but wasn't quite there. There were bolts and rivets across its fleshy exterior. Its nose was made of titanium, and antennas stuck out of its temples. You didn't think I'd be foolish enough to show up in person, did you? Don't be foolish. How do you like Metal Eggman, my latest creation? And the bomb. You touch this device again, boom, game over. Now, get to the starting line. You'll find your car there. Sonic glares daggers, but complies. He quickly dashed over to the racetrack and jumped into his vehicle. That's right, Sonic. Ooh, and remember to buckle up. We wouldn't want this being too deadly for you. Ho 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 ho. Sonic looked around at the competitors. It seemed that he wasn't the only hero alerted to Eggman's plan. Parked not too far away from the blue hedgehog was his dark doppelganger, Shadow the Hedgehog, in his own vehicle. Shadow, what are you doing here? The Doctor sent out messages to all of us, Sonic. Shadow gestured to the other racers. Along with himself, the rest of Team Dark had come with him, along with Team Rose and a group of Chow, apparently. It seems that for whatever reason, the doctor wants us all together. Seems like a trap to me. Of course, but if we don't play along, innocents get hurt. For the first time in days, Sonic smirks a bit. So, we just have to play along, race a bit, and once we know what Eggman's up to, kick his sorry butt. I'm up for that. That's when Sonic noticed a certain metallic faker at the front of the lineup. This keeps getting better and better. Sonic tried getting Metal's attention. Yo, Metal, eager to lose another race? Strangely, Metal Sonic didn't even seem to notice Sonic's remark. Metal? It's me, Sonic. I know you don't really talk much nowadays, but normally you'd at least give me a death glare. It was as if Sonic was talking to a ghost. Metal Sonic didn't even acknowledge his organic counterpart, simply looking away. Sonic decided it was pointless to keep trying to taunt with Metal. Sonic turned his attention to one of the racers. Yo, Cream, are you old enough to drive? Cream giggled lightly. Of course I'm not. That is why I am here to assist. A yellow and black Gizoid appeared behind Cream the Rabbit. Yo, General, long time no see. Accurate statement. Our last encounter was approximately 3... Dude, it's just something we say. Since Mother wouldn't let me go driving on my own, Mr. General promised to help me. Affirmative. Since Miles Prower reprogrammed me, my primary directive is to protect Cream and her mother. Since Cream insisted in taking part in this race, it is my prime duty to protect her from vehicular dangers. Make sure you're not one of them, Sonic. Right. Message received, pal. So, Mr. Sonic, where's Tails? Sonic's face suddenly dropped once more. You see, Cream, it's a bit of a long story. You see, Tails, If you're all done chit-chatting, it's time to start the race. Get to your vehicles before I decide to blow this metal Eggman early. I'll tell you later, Cream. And with that, everyone raced to their vehicles. Dudanpa floated down from above in his own flying vehicle. Okay, racers, you are test piloting my latest state-of-the-art automobile technology. Thanks to the generous donation of Dr. Eggman, these vehicles are now compatible with Hyper-Go-On technology, so I have commandeered a few Wisps to use throughout the race. And remember, these are prototypes, so don't be afraid to scuff them up a bit. And by commandeered, I'm guessing you mean you wisp-napped them? Unnecessary evil, my boy. All in the name of science. Now, start your engines. The competitors prepared themselves for the race. General, using his unique ability to fuse with machines, combined himself with Cream's vehicle to give her further assistance on the track. This feels humiliating. I'm sure you'll do great, General. And with that, the countdown began. Ready, set, go. Rubber burned against the asphalt as the racers took off. They cut and weaved in between one another, each trying to edge closer and closer to first place. Elsewhere, from his base of operations, Eggman watched with glee. Time to initialize Operation Test Run. In Eggman's palm, he held the Phantom Ruby. Let's see what we can do. And this is where we'll be leaving this what if for right now. But don't worry, we'll be returning very soon. Hopefully, I don't know how long it'll take to make the next installment, but it's definitely the next one on the list. I know this episode didn't feature many major events, but trust me, this is all set up for the next tie-in episode and the ongoing plotline of What If Tails became infinite. What do you think will happen next? Leave your theories in the comments below. I'm ComicFan13, and I hope you have a good day.